Hello class 7, I hope you all are good. Students, as you all know, your exams, first term exams are commencing from July last week, okay? Students, and your syllabus for geography is whatever has been done till 10th assignment, they will be your syllabus, okay? The topics, the chapters which have been covered, that will be your syllabus for first term exam. This chapter 3, weather and climate, complete chapter will not be there in your first term exam. The topics which have been covered, they will be your syllabus, okay? That only will be coming in your exam. Students, I found some questions. Most of the students, they have written wrong or they did not attempt the question. So today we will cross check some answers of this chapter only. The questions which have come in your last two assignments, in 8th and 9th assignment. Also we will discuss the questions which are included with this video, okay, with this assignment. First of all, from this chapter only, question was, what were the chief elements of weather? Chief elements of weather. In first video only of this chapter, I told you the chief elements of weather are temperature, air pressure, wind, humidity, precipitation, cloud cover. All these are elements of weather, okay? Now next was, name the 4 types of precipitation. 4 types of precipitation: rainfall, snowfall, hailstones and sleet, okay? These are 4 types of precipitation. Now next one was, name the instrument used to measure atmospheric pressure. Which instrument is used to measure atmospheric pressure? Barometer, okay? Barometer is used to measure atmospheric pressure. There are 2 types of barometer, okay? Mercury barometer and Android barometer. Now next, define the term atmospheric pressure. Define the term atmospheric pressure. Atmospheric pressure can be defined as it is given in page number 26. Atmospheric pressure can be defined as the force per unit area exerted by a column of air on Earth's surface, okay? Whenever the pressure will be higher in down area and the pressure is less in upward area, like mountain, there will be less pressure, while in sea level there will be more pressure, more atmospheric pressure, okay? Now next is, yes, this question was there with your 9th assignment. What is the mean atmospheric pressure at the sea level? The mean atmospheric pressure at the sea level is 1013 MB, okay? The normal pressure at the mean sea level is observed to be 1013 MB or millibars. Pressure higher than this is called high pressure. If barometer finds, okay, barometer shows more pressure, more than 1013 millibar, it means there is high pressure. And Lower than 1013 millibar, it means low pressure. Okay, there is low pressure in the area. Now next is, what does the term knot denote in context of wind? The speed of the wind is measured in knots. Okay, 1 knot is equal to 1 nautical mile or hour. 1 knot is equal to 1 nautical mile or hour. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.852 kilometers over seas. 1 nautical mile is equal to 1.852 kilometers over sea. What is anemometer? Anemometer, it shows what? Anemometer is used to measure speed of the wind. Okay, wind, speed of the wind. Anemometer is used to measure the speed of the wind, while wind vane is used to know the direction of the wind. Differentiate between weather and climate. Weather refers to the atmospheric conditions of a place over a short period of time, while climate refers to the average conditions of atmosphere of a particular place over many years. Okay, it changes, weather changes every day, while climate, it does not change every day, rather remain constant, stable. It can be observed for a day or week, or at the most a month. It is observed, weather can be observed for a day or week, or at the most a month, maximum a month. But climate observed over a long period of time, maybe for 35 years. Okay, I have written differentiate between weather and climate in 8th video. Okay, I have written on whiteboard. Please take help from that video to do this answer. Students, one question was there in last chapter, atmosphere. Question was, what is the role of dust particles in the atmosphere? This question many students, they have written wrong, or they leave space for this answer. They did not attempt this question. So dust particles help in the process of condensation. There it is given, page number 11. Page number 11 here. Okay, page number 11. Dust particles help in the process of condensation of water vapor and formation of clouds. Dust particles help to do these things. Okay, just write down this answer where you have left the space. Okay, dust particles help in the process of condensation of water vapor and formation of clouds. This you have to do. And pollen grains help in spreading, dispersal of seeds. Okay, splitting of seeds or dispersal of seeds. This you have to do. Now in last video, some numerical questions I gave. Okay, but as usual, very less students attempt. Okay, let's discuss first which were the numerical questions. Numerical question was this: calculate if the maximum temperature of an area is 46 degrees Celsius and minimum is 16 degrees Celsius. Okay, you have to find out diurnal range of temperature. okay, or daily range of temperature. For this, maximum temperature minus minimum temperature. To find diurnal range of temperature, you have to less from maximum to minimum. Okay, maximum temperature was 46 degrees Celsius. Maximum was 46 degrees Celsius and the minimum was 16 degree. Okay, and the answer will be 30 degrees Celsius. Diurnal range of temperature will be 30 degree Celsius. Next question was average or mean temperature. Okay, for average or mean temperature, what we have to do? Maximum temperature plus minimum temperature divided by 2. In this question, maximum temperature is 46 degrees Celsius. Maximum is 46 degrees Celsius and the minimum is 16 degrees Celsius. Okay, 16 degrees Celsius divided by 2. 46 and 16 is equal to 62 divided by 2, 31. Now the answer is average temperature is 31 degree Celsius. This will be your answer. Numerical answer B. Okay. Meaning of humidity: the amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere. Okay. The amount of water vapor present in the atmosphere, it is called humidity. Most of the water vapor present in the air comes from water bodies. Example: oceans, seas, lakes, rivers, etc. Okay. Most of the water vapor present in the air comes from water bodies. Okay. Humidity, like other elements of weather, also varies from place to place, and time to time it is closely related to temperature. Humidity is closely related to temperature. If the temperature is high, there will be more evaporation, resulting in high humidity, while low temperature would result low humidity. Low temperature, low humidity, while high temperature, high humidity. The instrument used to measure humidity is dry and wet bulb thermometer. Here in book this is given. Okay, dry and wet bulb thermometer. The hygrometer is an instrument which records humidity automatically on a graph paper. Hygrometer. This is called hygrometer. Hygrometer is an instrument which records humidity automatically on a graph paper. Humidity is expressed in two ways: absolute humidity and relative humidity. Absolute humidity is defined as the actual amount of water vapor in the given volume of air. Okay, in given volume of air, actual amount of water vapor at a given temperature and also at a given temperature. It is expressed in grams. per cubic meter, while relative humidity It is defined as ratio between the absolute humidity and the maximum amount of water vapor which the same volume of air can contain at that temperature, and it is expressed in percentage. Relative humidity is expressed in percentage, while absolute humidity is expressed in grams per cubic meter. Okay. Now next one is forms of condensation. Now condensation, the process of conversion of water vapors, into water droplets is called condensation. The process of condensation takes place when the relative humidity is 100%, when the saturation level is full. Okay, that time the process of condensation take place. Now forms of condensation. Clouds are the most common forms of condensation. The water vapors in the air condensed around dust particles to tiny droplets of water. Millions of tiny water droplets combine together to form clouds. Second one, dew. Dew is formed when moist air comes in contact with cool surface, say grass, and condenses into droplets of water that cling to the surface. It is commonly seen in winter mornings, cold winter mornings. Next one, frost. Frozen dew. Frozen dew is called frost. It is formed when condensation takes place below freezing point. Okay. It is seen in high latitudes and mountainous area. Fog. Fog is formed when cloud formation take place in the lower layers of the atmosphere. Fog is formed when cloud formation take place in the lower layers of the atmosphere close to the land surface or above water bodies. It occurs in winter. Okay, fog, it occurs in winter. And mist, it is lighter. Mist is lighter fog. Okay, visibility is better than in fog. Yes students, that's all for the day. We will continue this chapter in next video. Thank you.